What's up guys, today we're gonna build rock generator in geometry nodes. It's gonna be very simple. So bring the timeline up, change this to the modifiers right here and change this window to geometry node. Click new, A to select all the nodes and G to move those around and just disconnect this group input. Now Shift A, you're gonna need icosphere. Shift A, search for the mesh line. Shift A, search for the mesh boolean. And we're gonna need Shift A, instance on points right here. Now we're gonna connect those nodes together. So first on the mesh line, you can change the counts to the 4. It's gonna be less geometry and click enter. And on the offset on the Z value, tap 0 and click enter. And this mesh line goes to the instance on points to the points. Icosphere, connect mesh to the instance on points. And this goes to the mesh boolean, but first we're gonna change on the mesh boolean right here from difference to intersect. And just connect this instance on points to the mesh, and this goes to the geometry right here. So this is our effect. Now we must connect a couple of more things to have more control on the rotation and on the scale to change the shape on the rock. So Shift A, search for the random value and change this right here to the vector. And you just want to duplicate this. So Shift D and just duplicate this. It's first random value on the max, just select by the left click and tap 2 times P and click enter. And just connect this to the rotation. And on the scale, you just random value, connect this duplicated one. If you're gonna disconnect this icosphere, just connect once again, yes, to this instance, on this instance on points. So this is our results. Now we must basically use this group input to connect to have the controllers. So Shift D, duplicate this couple of times, Shift D. Now first we're gonna connect the count right here, yes. So, and we have right here the controller. So there is that. Now I'm gonna grab another group input and I'm gonna just connect the radius. So right here I got the empty socket and I'm gonna connect this to the radius right here. Now I'm gonna bring new group input and I'm gonna connect right here the seat on the rotation. I'm gonna just connect, wait guys, I'm gonna move those around because it's a little bit of mess. And I can connect right here the seat on the scale, yes, on the random value right here to the seat. Group input, you can just add to the minimum right here on this random value. And open the side window by clicking N and go right here. And you have right here the minimum. And you can change this vector to the float. And you have just one value right here. So I can change, as you can see, the shape of my rock, yes? And I can add more geometry on the count. I hope you can see this right here. I can change the radius. And of course I can change the seat right here, yes? And right here I can change the seat too. There is one thing that I forgot. Basically on this minimum right here on this group input, on this random value to the scale, you have right here, we just change this to float, but you can change right here this minimum to max, maybe from 0 to 1 value, and click enter. And we can add some material. So very quickly, Shift A, set material and just connect this geometry and you can select your material, okay, if you're gonna create. So I can maybe create some blue material. Of course you can add some good material, and I can just select right here and I have my blue rocks. And right here I have the controllers of the number of geometry on the counts, yes, to add more geometry. Don't crop this to 100 because your PC is gonna blow up. The radius of the rock, the seat, and another seat, yes, and I have right here the roundness too on my rocks. So yeah, subscribe if you like this content.